day 3 of our Italy trip, and you only get me this morning. We honestly got slammed by the heat yesterday. We were in the sun for almost 4 to 5 hours at peak afternoon hours, so that was our mistake. We didn't sleep all that well. Josh went to bed promptly at 8:30, and we both woke up at 2:30. When in Rome, eat breakfast at 2:40 a.m. Josh and I joked yesterday that maybe I would have a date to the Colosseum by myself. At the thought of that, I was a little bit bummed, but now that I'm out and about, I'm kind of excited. I get to take on the Colosseum by myself today and just wander around. I downloaded a couple of podcasts and I'm going to do a self-guided tour. To get to the Colosseum, you do have to make an online reservation. You go to this website called Coop Culture. It doesn't sound like the Colosseum, so you may wonder whether it's a real site or not, but it is. You can choose from a variety of tours, a self-guided tour, or just a 24-hour pass that just allows you to wander through the Colosseum and the Palatine Hill, as well as the Roman Forum. So that's what I chose to do. It's 18 euros or about $21. Apparently, the Colosseum used to have an awning. As you can see now, it's gone. This was strung up with rope and cloth and was drawn by an army of sailors. We could use it today. Nothing like getting routed through a bookstore on a tour at one of the 7 wonders of the world. There's AC. You can buy some books if you want, and that's it. I shouldn't knock the bookstore too much. They almost got me. I really, really wanted that t-shirt, but it was 20 euros. From what I can tell, it's not as busy as most people say it would be pre-pandemic. There are only a minimal amount of people that I'm walking with on the upper level, but it can look really, really intense and really crowded if you look downstairs and you look at all the crowds of people that are waiting for the group tours to start or the people that are just trying to get you to come in.
This is for the group entrance. The ticket office over there.
Similar to going to any other hotspots here in Rome, you kind of have to be weary of who approaches you for tickets or tours. I was bombarded by at least 15-20 people walking in, most of them asking if I already had a ticket, pointing me towards the ticket office, telling me they could sell me a ticket or tour. Just know that I bought my ticket online and I went straight to the front of the Colosseum, showed them my QR code and ticket, went through the security office, and went right in. It can take a little bit of navigation, but just keep moving and you'll get there. Okay, I just finished the Colosseum tour and it was excellent, but it's getting a little hot and the line is long for the Roman Forum, so I might just go later. Luckily for me, the ticket is 24 hours. So with 18 euros, you have one single entry into the Colosseum and you have one single entry into the Palatine Hill or the Roman Forum. Since it's so hot and it's so busy right now, I think I'm gonna go back, take a little bit of a rest, check up on Josh, and then see if I might go later on in the evening when it's less hot.
Welcome back. Warm out there, huh?
You can tell.
A little sweaty.
Oh
you look good. You look good. You're glistening.
Glistening, he says. Just woke up from a 3-hour nap and we're about to hit the road again.
It's like 4 p.m.
Yeesh. Jet lag is real. I don't know. I'm trying not to feel guilty about all the time that we're spending inside, and anytime you get to a cool new place, there's this urgency and fear of missing out, so you have to go and see everything. But I'm trying to grant myself a little bit of space and time because we are on a 1-year honeymoon after all.
We have successfully made it out of the hotel, which honestly was a thing that I didn't think was going to happen today. Man, last night was rough. We both woke up at like 2 a.m. wide awake, and we couldn't get back to sleep, so we spent the next 2 hours picking out our hotel and our trains that we're taking to Florence as well as to Venice. It was just a weird thing to do at 4 a.m., but then both of us fell back to sleep. I slept till like 11, and then Lisa got back and passed out. Stuff's all messed up. It's just, yeah, nothing's working. So now we're heading off to get some lunch at 4 p.m. And then we got to figure out how we can use our Eurail pass to make seat reservations. We're going to try to do that actually at the train station Termini and see if that's cheaper than doing it online. We have one of the digital Eurail passes, which is really nice. You don't have to wait to get the actual piece of paper in the mail. But for this one, I've never made a seat reservation with this before, so we're going to give it a try, see if we can save a couple bucks and take one of those fancy fast trains all the way to Venice. Woohoo! Another thing that we were working on this morning was getting our phone plans up and running. Now, we had originally ported our number to Google Fi. They have this amazing Wi-Fi calling capability that allows you to call US numbers from your normal cell phone over Wi-Fi for free. It turns out that none of that stuff works for iPhone anymore, so I can't at all recommend Google Fi for travelers anymore, especially people who are going on a long-term trip like what we're doing. So what we've done now, or what we're trying to do, is I've ported my phone number back to Google Voice, and then I can still use that to make calls and texts over Wi-Fi, and that's working out great. And then I get data from this eSIM provider, which is just this digital SIM. You don't need a physical SIM card, you just install an app on your phone and it's done, called Airalo, and you can just buy data that's good anywhere in the world for about $4 or $5 per gigabyte. And that's what both of us are doing right now, and I think that that's a really good option for a lot of people, especially if you want to keep your phone number and still be able to make and receive phone calls. It just seems like Google Fi has been losing features, and they just haven't really been able to keep up with the current pricing of how much data should really cost in today's world. So anyway, let's go check out some cool stuff, get some lunch. Okay, so we're at the Santa Maria Maggiore, and it's unfortunately closed today. This is one of the big, beautiful churches that we were told that we had to go see while we're here. It's also just right down the street from our hotel, but looks like it's still not open. But, man, look at this thing. We just got done trying to make our reservations for the train that we're supposed to do because the Europass requires seat reservations. They cost a little bit extra money, which means that we had to pay someone. We tried to do it on the actual machine, but it totally didn't work. And then we went to the ticket counter, and that is definitely the right way to do it, at least in Italy. It was 10 euros per seat reservation. But they don't let you pick which seats you go into, and also they kind of did it wrong and put us in second class when our Eurail ticket is for first class. So now we have to go back and get that fixed up. We didn't notice it until we were out of there.
My friend asked me what was the thing that I was most excited to see, and to be honest, there are a lot of things. There was the Colosseum and the Pantheon, but I'm not gonna lie, the thing that I was most excited to see was actually a cat sanctuary, which is located here at the Largo di Torre Argentina, which is a ruins. Actually is a location where Julius Caesar was assassinated. Apparently when the city tore down the neighborhood that existed here, all the ruins were excavated and cats just took over the entire place. And two of the cat ladies, as they call them, turned it into a sanctuary. You can come visit and adopt kittens virtually or take one home. I'm excited to see this place. We've tried 2 separate times since we've been here and it's been closed, so I'm hoping they're open.
So we've made it to Trastevere, and there are two simple reasons why this is one of my favorite places in all of Rome. First of all, it's absolutely beautiful. As you can see behind us, it's just truly beautiful, amazing place. It's just a very typical small Roman streets, all kind of going in every which way, and so many vines growing, so much greenery, so many beautiful outdoor seating areas. It's just idyllic. It's almost too good to be true. And number two, the food. Now, this is kind of the up-and-coming hip area of Rome, and it's just starting to be developed, so there's a lot of new, kind of wonderful restaurants that are coming out of the woodwork up here. And every time that we come back here, it almost feels entirely new, like some whole new trend is taking over. So we're here trying to get some lunch, dinner. We've pretty much skipped every single meal today. So I just went into this antique shop. Now, I travel with a compass everywhere. It's, I don't know, it's just this old habit that I got from my first couple round trips. It's just a handy thing to have. You have a compass, you have your paper map. It's perfect. I think it's a really nice analog way to travel around. But I found this place, Povere di Tempo, and it's this little antique shop, and they wrap it up for you, and they actually wax sealed the thing right onto it to hold it together. And let me show you this thing. Just this beautiful little compass. North is that way. So we're here at Casetta di Trastevere, and this place is absolutely just the cutest little Italian restaurant. It's in this little courtyard with trees growing up in the middle of it, the red tablecloths, the pizza, the wine, it's all here. So probably the question that's on most of your minds right now is, what about tipping? So tipping is not really a thing in Italy. It just doesn't happen all that often. Some restaurants will have a built-in service charge between 1 and 4 euros. 99% of the time that service charge will be put directly on the menu when you sit down at the restaurant, so you at least know that it's coming. And this seating fee usually includes water and some sort of bread thing that they'll bring out to the table. If it doesn't say that, it just means that the price, whatever is on the menu, is how much you're paying. Now, if you do receive exceptional service, don't be afraid to leave 10 to 15% in a tip, but definitely don't leave it on a credit card. They won't normally even give you the option to write in a tip on a credit card like they do in the US. You'll just have to leave it in cash on the table right before you leave. But it's not expected, so don't feel like you have to. So that restaurant, ambiance, 10 out of 10, no question. The food itself was probably like a 6 or 7 out of 10. You didn't get a lot for what you paid for. Pizzas were kind of overpriced, and the other pizzas we've had have been a little bit better. But all in all, a nice experience. Okay, so for those of you on a budget like we are, you can't do much better than getting a bread from local bakery. So this was $1, all of this. And then you can get some really nice meats and cheeses, make some sandwiches out of it, and it's a good way to save some money. Oh, that smells so good. So all I've been thinking out here is kind of as the sun goes down and the lights of Rome start coming up, and we're just walking around. We just had gelato at the Piazza Navona, and it just all kind of feels like a dream come true, and I think in a lot of ways it definitely is.
So cool. I studied this in art history. Now I get to see it.
The thing we're doing is so ostentatious. It's so almost ridiculous, this idea that we have. And we're beyond lucky to even be able to think about possibly maybe doing the thing that we're doing for the next year. And it's just, I don't know. I just feel overwhelmingly grateful, and I know that that's like the cheesiest stuff you've heard on this channel forever. Just a little emotionally overwhelmed, and I think just physically tired. I know we put in a bunch of years of work and a lot of saving up of money to do something like this, but now we get to do this. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna head back, get to bed, wake up real early, and catch the first train to Florence in the morning. Most importantly, tomorrow is the UEFA Euro Cup final between Italy and England, and I think tomorrow in Florence, it's gonna be crazy. I can't wait. See you tomorrow. First of all, oh god, I had two. What were you gonna say?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm just in love with this thing.
You want to marry it?
If I could, I would. So, caseta de... I don't remember how to say
I
it.
don't know. So that restaurant.
So that restaurant, you look so cool.
You do too. Walking backwards. Don't trip. Hi, kitty. What do you got to tell us? So many things to say.